Hey, this is Cade with the AD Outdoors, and we're going to have our first segment of Send It Sundays. And so today we're going to talk about the new bows that my son and I just recently purchased, and we went with Darton's new Consequence 2. And I have been blown away by how fun this bow is to shoot, and I'm so thankful that my friend Ryan Thomason has talked me into purchasing not just one, but two new bows recently for my son and I. And so I'm gonna just kind of go over the things that I like about this bow and what we've used to rig it out and talk a little bit about that. So the Consequence 2 is a short axle to axle bow. It's a 29-inch bow, so it's very compact, and I can foresee would be really easy to shoot out of ground blinds or hunting blinds of many type. It's got a really wide brace height, and so it's been really forgiving to a guy who's not a world-class archer. You know, I'm a good hunter. I'm maybe not the greatest archer, but this bow has made me, as good as I've ever been. And I will be willing to tell you that it's made me shoot better than I have in 2 decades. You know, I'm about 48 years old, been shooting bows since I was probably 8, and compound bows since I was 11 or 12. So that's a lot of bows, that's a lot of arrows, and this setup, I'm as good as I've ever been. And that's saying something. And it's this bow more than it's me. So a couple things that we've done to set this up. So I'm shooting an exact hunter sight. It's a 4-pin sight. I do have a light on top. I have not really utilized that yet, but I can foresee in some low light situations over this next year hunting where that will and can come into handy. I am shooting a Conquest Archery quiver. Obviously there's no quiver on this bow right now, but my bracket is here, and I'm shooting their Talon quiver, and I've got it set up for 5 arrows. It's what, actually, I think it's set up for 5, yes. And so I'm running 4 to 5 arrows in that quiver at any given time. I've got a Hamskea fall away rest. And so the way this works is it is tied into my lower limb, and when I pull this bow back and the tension is released from this lower limb, it's what brings up my rest. And so once that arrow is released and that limb snaps back into its normal position, the rest falls away and the arrow goes where it's supposed to go. I'm running factory cables as of now. Now I do have some Winter Hawk cables on the way, and once those come in and we get them on, I will probably do a review of those as well. They are I'm really excited about that, and so we'll see how. I'm not sure if it'll change a whole lot, but I'm excited to kind of see what happens. And then arrow wise, I'm running BlackEagles, and these are the Talon BlackEagles with a 100 grain field point for now, and starting to kind of review what kind of broadheads I will want to use this year. I shot a couple pigs on camera yesterday, actually, and I was running muzzies through those, but that's just because what I had. So not quite sure what I will do going forward, but right now we're just shooting up old broadheads through this rig on wild pigs. So one of the things I like the most about this is that it's so balanced. I mean, I haven't put a stabilizer on here yet. I will, just kind of haven't figured out what I want to run through it. But it's, even without that, it's so balanced in my hand. It's unbelievable how balanced it is, given how much weight I have on one side, but it just wants to sit here. It's quiet. This is a hunting bow. Now, I have shot some 3D courses already with this, and I'm planning on shooting a bunch more. But I bought this to shoot stuff. not foam, shoot animals. This is a hunting bow. And one of the things I really like about it, it is unbelievably quiet. You know, yesterday I snuck in on this herd of hogs and I was within 10 yards of several and 30 yards of at least a dozen. There was more in there, but there was a dozen in the 30-yard circle. And if the first hog I shot wouldn't have squealed, they wouldn't even know anything happened. And even though it did, they were not alerted to me because of this bow. And so it allowed me to get a secondary shot. And that's just because of how quiet this bow is. It is really, really, really a fun bow, a quiet bow. I think if you're in the market for a new hunting bow and you need something compact, you're not going to go wrong with this. I mean, it's got the flagship cams on here from Darton. It is a mega bow for a relatively low price. I think that most of these you can get into for $800, $850 per bow. And so you're not going to find a bow that shoots better for a better price. It doesn't exist. And so, well, I'm going to shoot an arrow or two. Let's just shoot one, I guess, for this video, just so you can kind of hear how quiet it is. We are under a metal canopy with a metal wall right here, so there may be some noise because of that, but for the most part, this thing is going to be really quiet. So I've got a target over my shoulder right there at 20 yards, so no pressure, right? Hopefully I don't miss this target, but here we go. Consequence 2 by Darton, BlackEagle Arrows. And it's a bullseye. So, well, I appreciate you guys watching our first segment of a Send It Sunday. If you're in the bow market, go check out Darton, check out their Consequence 2, and subscribe to this channel, and we'll bring some cool stuff to you guys. So get outside, enjoy the outdoors. See ya.